I'm going to get you back on the so. Hello, how are you? So Chimo?
Oh yeah, I'm good. How are you?
Hey, how are you?
I'm doing well, thank you. And yourself?
I'm good. How old are you?
I'm 26.
Good. So, what are we talking about? Talking about tired of being alone? Or are we talking about modern mercenaries?
Actually, so there was a lady who joined the call earlier today, and I kind of agree with her as far as what y'all's conversation, um, and how y'all were speaking about the older generation kind of failed us as far as like teaching us how to, properly prepare for marriage. So
Mm-hmm.
I'm kind of here to like say like, I'm learning as well and kind of trying to navigate as well.
Well, I don't think she really agreed much with me. I
Mm-hmm.
said that.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, she came in saying, well, younger women need to be married. Then I was like, well, okay, cool, I hear you, but they're not going. Then I asked her about having any daughters. She said she had four stepdaughters, 25 to 29, who are always single. I'm like, well, all right. So, what do
Mm-hmm.
you want to be married one day?
Absolutely. So definitely, for sure.
Was your
One
mother
day.
was your mother married?
My mother was married.
Okay.
She's divorced now.
Was she married to your father?
Yes, she was.
Hmm. How long were they married?
For about 10 years or so.
Hmm.
About 10 years.
So, when you speak to your mother about dating, relationships, and men, is she
Hmm.
happy, upbeat, optimistic, and joyful?
Yes.
Okay.
But I also do come from a very strict traditional background. So earlier you were talking about how like back in the day, men or women don't really have to prepare for marriage. They're kind of just already ready. I completely agree with that. um when I was growing up, I always knew that, well, I kind of knew that my parents would like find someone for me.
Hmm.
However, since like living in America and everything like that, they kind of letting me like, look for love. And yeah.
Okay. So, is your mother? She's been divorced from your father for how long?
Ooh, it's been about, yeah, like 20 something years now.
Has she had a boyfriend or a significant relationship since?
Yes, however, it's been a few years.
How long was that relationship?
Not that long at all.
Okay. So, in the last 20 years, she hasn't had any real relationships.
Yeah, that's true. I think she focused more on me and my
So,
siblings.
so, so when I ask if your mom is happy, upbeat, joyful, and optimistic when she talks to you about relationships, if she divorced your father
Hmm.
and she hasn't had a man,
Correct.
she can say one
Um,
thing, but what are you seeing?
I think she's focused on herself, honestly.
It's a mercenary. It's a
True.
mercenary because
True.
you say you were raised in a traditional kind of place, but
Hmm.
uh, your mother divorced your father or your father divorced your mother.
Situation was pretty bad, so it was definitely my mother who left.
Okay. I don't want to pry too much. Are you saying the situation
Mm-hmm.
was bad because you witnessed
Mm-hmm.
it?
Mm-mm. Yeah.
Okay. I
But
don't, but okay. All right. Women often, I often hear young ladies idealize their mothers.
mhm.
What did your mother teach you about relationships if she's not in one? Can't keep one.
So that's actually a good point that you make.
I know.
You actually, well, I had to learn like, okay, if my mom is living like this and, you
So, in other
know,
words, you got to answer the
okay,
question before you do that.
okay,
What is she
okay.
teaching you?
So what she taught me is what I learned is that you definitely can't be in a situation that you're not happy with.
Okay. All right. All
Especially if
right.
it's not healthy.
No.
Okay.
No. Move
Okay.
on past your mother and because see, I don't want to go down that path. I don't want to ask what the issues were.
Mm-hmm.
Were the police involved? All right, then we move on.
Mm-hmm.
But since then, what is she teaching you about men? Because that ain't all men. That ain't all relationships. I don't want to go there.
Okay.
But what else?
She always, well, she's taught me to find somebody who loves me, find
Uh-huh.
someone who will care for me,
Uh-huh.
support me.
What does that mean?
Um,
What does
what
that
does that
mean?
mean?
Uh-huh.
I need to make sure that I find a man that I'm basically not doing all of the work.
Uh-huh. So she taught
That
you, thank you.
mm-hmm,
Somebody who will love me and support me. When it gets right
mm-hmm,
down to it, here comes the fears. Somebody that's going, I'm not going to do it. So come on. I know where we're going with this. You're saying one.
okay.
You said she was joyful, optimistic, upbeat, but she told me to find somebody who loves me,
Mm-hmm,
somebody who's going to support me.
mm-hmm,
But you're supposed to be the support system, not me. You are my support system. I'm not your support system. You're
mm-hmm,
supposed to love me. I'm not supposed to love you. I'm supposed to protect you. You're supposed
mm-hmm.
to love me.
Okay.
You are my support. I'm not your
Okay.
support. And then somebody where I'm not going to have to do all the work. You're supposed to work for me.
Mm-hmm. Agreed.
You said you were raised in a traditional kind of way.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not hearing any traditional anything that your mother's teaching you. She ain't living it because she don't have a man.
And I was just about to say that. So she can't live it, but I
Yes, she
mean,
can.
based off of the
Yes, she can. She could have.
okay,
Yes, she can. She could have found a man.
by finding a man.
Thank you. Because children don't
Mm-hmm.
learn from what you tell them; they learn from what you see.
Mm-hmm.
At 26 years old, you're no closer to being married than you were at 23, because you don't even
Mm-hmm.
know what you're looking for. You don't know
I
what you're
believe I
looking
know
for.
what I'm looking for.
Okay, what are you looking for?
So I'm definitely looking for a man who has more than what I have for myself.
What does that mean?
Say again.
What does that mean?
So I have this, I guess, vision for myself as far as how successful I need to be. And I feel like the man that I find either needs to meet that or exceed that by at least times
What do you
three.
have?
What do I currently have?
Uh huh.
So currently I have like a job, like you mean like physically, like I have a job
You
or
said you
like,
didn't meet a man that has more than you. What do you have?
so I live in my own place. I have my own cars.
Okay, hold on. You own a
Hmm.
home or an apartment?
I'm in an apartment,
Okay, you own cars or car?
a car.
Okay, you have an apartment, a car. Did you go to college?
Yes, I did.
Did you
And I'm
graduate?
currently, yes, I did with the
What's your degree in?
bachelor's,
And
working
what?
on a master's,
Bachelor's in
business
what?
administration.
And master's in what?
I'm either going to do a master, well, I'm working on a
I'm a
master's
PhD.
in finance. Sorry.
Uh huh. So
Hmm.
you got a car, an apartment, uh, and did you get scholarships or you have student loans?
I do have student loans.
Uh huh.
I did get
So
scholarships as well,
so
but I'm
are
in debt.
you?
Yes, I get your point.
How much are we talking? 10, 20, 30, 40? What?
Oh, I'm up there.
What's that?
Oh, I'm like 60K.
All right. So in other words, you're a 26-year-old woman. How tall are you?
I am 5'5".
Dress size?
You say again?
Dress size?
Oh, dress size. I don't know, like 12. I don't know. I don't
12?
know
How
my
much did you
dress
weigh the
size.
last time you weighed yourself?
I'm like 190.
How many children would you like to have?
2.
Hmm. And after you're pregnant and married with your first child, do you want to have to work to pay significant bills?
Absolutely not.
Okay, what percentage of the overall family financial load do you want to have to be responsible for an
Less
entire
than
lifetime?
30.
Less than 30 could mean one. Which percentage?
30 or less.
Well, ma'am, you cannot work after you're pregnant and then be responsible for 30% of the family financial load. Those two numbers don't match.
How not?
Well, if you're not working, at what age do you plan on going back to work?
Um so okay, so I see what you're saying.
Yeah. So what percentage of
When
the overall family financial load do you want to have to be responsible for a lifetime? And 30% means if your income goes away, the family takes a substantial hit. 30%, you cannot, a ship can't even stay with three compartments. 30% compromises it.
mhm.
So what percentage of the overall family financial load do you want to have to be responsible for? Meaning, if you don't make it, it doesn't compromise the. Meaning, you don't make it.
Okay, quick question. I'm so sorry.
Huh?
So if I'm responsible for 30%, leaving
Uh-huh.
us with 70%, that
Uh-huh.
we can't live off of that.
It's going to substantially change what happens. 30% is
Mm.
beyond the tipping point.
So what would be a good
No, no, I
percentage
know.
for a
I don't know, ma'am. I'm asking you. You said you don't want to, after married, pregnant, you
Mhm.
don't want to have to work. So,
Okay, let me change that statement. I don't want to have to work like a job to where it's like
ma'am, I
eight
just
to
need to know
five.
what I want to know
Okay.
what percentage of the overall family
30%.
financial stress. So you want to be responsible for 30% of the family stress. So that means your
Correct.
daughter or your son has a car. You want to be responsible for 30% of that. They go to college. You want to be responsible to pay 30% of that. You
Correct.
responsible for 30% for the rest of your life. So that means you're going to have to work through 65. All right. What state do you live in?
Texas.
Texas.
Mhm.
How much does it cost to have a middle class family of four in Texas to live a middle class life?
50 to 60K
What the French toast did you just say?
to have a
A
to
family of
have a
four. A family
oh
of
four
four.
120K.
A family of two children and two adults to where the kids can have cars and go to college. $120,000. 120,000 Texas. I lived in Texas for 12 years. That ain't gonna cut
Hmm.
it. That's not gonna cut it. That's not gonna cut it. But let's just say, what? How much do you think you'll make at the top of your career?
About 120, 30K.
So 120 or 30K. So
Hmm.
that's 30%. So your man needs to make 70. So let's just use your math then, shall we?
Hmm.
So 130,000 times 0.17. So your man needs to make 221,000. If you're responsible for 30%,
My goal was actually 360,000 for my husband.
what percentage of men earn that amount of money?
Top 5 to 1%.
Top 1%. Ma'am,
Hmm.
do you care if he's black, white, Hispanic, Asian,
An
or whatever?
astronaut.
Um, yes,
What do you want him to be?
African American.
Huh. And you're dress size 12.
Yes, very curvaceous woman.
Yeah, how curvy you are, you're almost 200 pounds, and you want a man who's making $360,000. So I got a question
Correct.
for you.
Mhm.
What does a man who's making $360,000 or more want from a woman?
Nothing.
Hmm.
They don't need anything from us.
Modern mercenaries, everybody. You can't make this shit up.
They don't need anything for
You
us. They
can't
have
make this
they
shit up. You
have the
can't make
whole
this shit.
world to
You
choose from.
cannot make this shit up. What does a man who's making that kind of money or more want from a woman?
I mean, I guess at that point it would just be, what does he want from a woman? He would just want a family at that point. A woman
Well,
that's going to be
hold on,
there
ma'am.
to
Hold on,
okay.
ma'am. Hold on. See how
Hmm.
see how clear you had for the man and how much money he needs to make and all this other shit. When I ask you one simple thing, what does the kind of man that you want from a woman? You can't answer that simple question. Just
I
kids, huh?
said,
Ma'am, all he needs is a working womb to do that.
mhm.
So
Hey guys, welcome back to Spotlight News today. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube videos. And for all the commenters and all those who have been viewing, I love you all. May God bless you and may you get what you're praying for. And before we proceed, allow me to give respect to the fallen legend, Kevin Samuels, for his good work he has done to the community and for bringing out the Black Community Society and to do whatever he does because he had good work that would help you motivate yourself or navigate yourself around men and women in the society. In these videos, we talk about marriage, we talk about divorce, we talk about relationship, we talk about friendship, we talk about courtship, we talk about whatsoever you want to know. Your mother, your youth, and you really need ideas about dating, ideas about marriage, ideas about weight, ideas about how you can work out on yourself in one way or the other. Here is the next stop. Just subscribe. You'll be getting notifications whenever you post these videos. May his name stay forever. May his legacy stay forever. He was a very intelligent man, an intelligent man, kind, and the good father to all those who lacked guidance, most especially those who lacked guidance from their parents and from the society they came from. Uh, let's proceed. Today we are looking at this lady. She says she is searching for man, she's searching for marriage. When she is asked about her weight, she's not proud. Actually, I've realized that a lot of ladies, they're not proud of their weight. They are not proud of how they are. They are not proud of what they are, because most of them, if they are asked, they end up lying about everything, about their dress size, about everything. They end up lying. So at the end of the day, you find it difficult, but I just like the braveness of Mr. Kevin, because the way he could ask them about their weight, their dress size, that's where the confusion comes from. Because if you tell him your weight and your size and what you weigh, he was a designer. He told we could tell ladies, that I was a designer. Just mere telling him what you wear. He already know that your dress size it's 14, 13, 16, or wherever. So ladies could say their weight, but they could not want to speak about their dress size. That's why you find a lot of them were lying about their dresses size, and they were being smoked or being turned down. That tendency of not speaking the truth. So today again, I'm going to repeat this. There is no way you're going to work on your past, on your present without accepting your past. I think personally you should accept your past. Then that's when you will work on your present. Those things cannot collide together. You cannot work on your present and your past are still nagging. You have to sit and admit that, yeah, this is me, this is how I have to be, this is how I'm going to work upon myself. Then that's when you come and work on yourself in one way or the other. And for the weight size, you're lady and you want to do on your weight to start your weight journey. Here is a tip. You can fasting, it's a bit hard for some people, most especially those who are having ulcers and some other disease, but there is what they call intermediate fasting. Intermediate fasting, you can either skip breakfast, eat lunch and supper, or eat breakfast, skip lunch, and you eat supper. Or either you eat breakfast, lunch, and supper, then in the breakfast, lunch, and in the evening you skip supper for some days, and then other day you can eat. If you do it today, you skip breakfast, tomorrow you skip lunch, another day you skip supper. But it doesn't mean that you stay hungry, but you can have something small, or you can partition your food, or you can have fruits or some little juice, so that you don't call diseases. And exercise also. Though it becomes hard for people to do exercise, but it can help you out in one way or the other. For exercise tip, try it out. You come here and you know that it works, and your weight will really reduce to whatever you want. Thank you so much for listening to me. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And may God bless you so much. Stay tuned. Bye bye. Love you all. Blessed.